Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're putting on our detective hats and diving into a fascinating world that's usually hiding right in plain sight. We're going to learn exactly how to become confident property detectives right here in Multnomah County. Whether you're a first-time home buyer, a seasoned investor, or honestly just someone who loves digging into local history, you are absolutely going to want to take notes.
Unravel the secrets of property ownership in Multnomah County with just a few clicks, without spending a dime. Whether you're planning to buy a home, researching investment opportunities, or just curious about property values, this explainer will be your ultimate guide to navigating online property records effortlessly. Okay, so here's our game plan for today. We'll start with the property record ecosystem, then move into finding values and taxes. After that, we'll cover legal ties and ownership, dive into maps and deep history, and finally wrap up with some pro tips and troubleshooting. Let's get right into it.
Section 1. The Property Record Ecosystem. Understanding DART and Public Records.
So before we start clicking around like crazy, it's absolutely crucial to understand who actually keeps track of all this data. Meet the gatekeepers, the Division of Assessment, Recording, and Taxation. Most folks just call it DART. It's like the central nervous system of the county, managing over 300,000 tax accounts for more than 750,000 residents. They're the ones appraising values, recording deeds, and sending out those annual tax bills. Every single piece of data we're about to look for flows right through DART's massive digital infrastructure.
Now you might be wondering, why can we even access all this? Well, it's all thanks to the Oregon Public Records Law. This legal framework literally mandates transparency, establishing your right to inspect not-exempt public records. It's the exact reason these robust online portals exist for public use, totally free of charge. You have a right to this data, and today we're going to learn how to claim it.
Section 2. Finding Values and Taxes. Navigating Mulco PropTax and Portland Maps.
All right, stepping into our very first digital room. Your absolute go-to destination for property values is multcoproptax.com. When you land on the page, you might think, oh no, I need a paid account. But here's the insider trick. Just click that Guest Login button. Boom, it bypasses the password screen completely. From there, you can easily search using a specific property ID, which is often called an R number, or honestly, just punch in the physical address.
Now check out the sheer wealth of data available once you're inside. It's a goldmine. You instantly get a 15-year window of property history. You can view digital tax statements that look exactly like the physical bills mailed to homeowners. It even breaks down to the penny exactly how your tax dollars are distributed among schools, fire, and police districts. And whatever you do, definitely don't miss the tax graph tool. It gives you this fantastic 5-year visual chart tracking market volatility and value trends for that specific parcel. It's a total game changer.
But hey, what if you want a broader look? That's where Portland Maps comes in. It's an incredibly intuitive data aggregator. Now, while it is run by the City of Portland, it pulls a direct feed straight from the county assessor. It acts as the perfect first stop because it meshes county tax data with city-level information. Think building permits, zoning regulations, and even local public safety stats. It's basically an amazing, comprehensive summary all on one single page.
Moving right along to Section 3, Legal Ties and Ownership, Tracing Chains of Title via Multco Records. So while Multnomah PropTax handles all the money stuff, Multnomah Records handles the legal side of things. It's the grand repository for legal documents recorded since February 2002. This is where deeds, liens, and easements live. And notice that you can search the index in several different ways. You can use the grantor or grantee name to find buyers and sellers. You can narrow things down by recording date, filter by document type, like if you're looking specifically for a statutory warranty deed, or just type in a document number if you already snagged it from a title report. This lets you build a full, comprehensive list of transactions tied to any property or person.
Here is an absolutely crucial point. Understanding the difference between what's free and what isn't when you're online. Searching the index itself, completely free. You can sit on your couch and see the names, dates, and document types all day long. However, if you actually want to download the scanned image of the document, like the piece of paper with the physical signatures on it, the system is going to prompt you for a fee via an online shopping cart. Just a heads up, this fee structure is actually mandated by Oregon reproduction statutes.
But wait, I promised you a completely free guide, right? Well, here is your ultimate insider trick. If you want to bypass those document imaging fees entirely, just visit the Multnomah building in person over at 501 S.E. Hawthorne Boulevard. They have public research terminals right there in the lobby where you can view and print those exact same document images for absolutely $0. Pretty sweet, right?
Section 4. Maps and Deep History. Exploring sale and the archives.
For the true detectives out there who really need to visualize property boundaries or dig decades into the past, I want to introduce you to SAIL. SAIL stands for Survey and Assessor Image Locator. It's the county's interactive GIS mapping application, and it brilliantly illustrates the spatial side of real estate. You can search by address or plat name and instantly pull up recorded subdivisions and assessment maps. It literally connects legal descriptions to physical boundaries right on your screen. And get this, it even holds historical surveys dating all the way back to the Oregon Trail days of 1852. I mean, how cool is that?
Now remember a minute ago when I said Multnomah Prop Tax only gives you a 15-year window? Well, if you're doing a really deep historical dive, say you're researching the history of a gorgeous craftsman home built in the 1920s, you're going to need to turn to the Records and Archives Division. They maintain the physical, historical tax rolls dating way back to 1909. While some of this stuff is indexed online, for true gritty early 20th century sleuthing, you're going to have to make a trip to the physical archives.
Finally, Section 5, Pro Tips and Troubleshooting. Discrepancies, pauses, and fraud prevention.
Have you ever looked at a property online and noticed the data wildly conflicts between different sites? Yeah, it happens. Here's exactly why. Let's say a house has a beautifully finished basement, but oops, it was never permitted. The county assessor is still going to assess the value of that basement because, well, it physically exists and adds value, regardless of its permit status. But the city of Portland, they will completely ignore it because they only acknowledge permitted items for building code purposes. So, moral of the story, always check both systems to get the full picture.
And speaking of discrepancies, you definitely need to beware of the annual pause. Sometime in late summer or early fall, the county temporarily hits pause on sharing data with the city so they can finalize and process the annual tax statements. During this little window, the ownership and value data on Portland maps can actually become outdated. So if you're doing your research in September or October, always cross-reference Portland maps with Multnomah Prop Tax just to ensure you're looking at the freshest data possible.
All right, let's rapid fire a few more helpful troubleshooting tips to save you some headaches. First, when you're on Portland maps, always look for the historic permits section. It's got scanned documents showing decades of a building's construction history. Second, if you're looking up houseboats or floating properties, the online databases can be really tricky for those. Save yourself the frustration and just call DART directly at 503-988-0078. Finally, if you build a really complex map search and sale, use the Save Query tool so you don't have to start from scratch the next time you log in.
Okay, I highly recommend this next tool for literally everyone. It's called the Property Recording Alert Service, or PRAS. It's a completely free email alert system offered by the county clerk. Basically, you sign up and it automatically notifies you if a document, like a deed or a lien, is ever recorded against your name. It is a fantastic, proactive defense mechanism against unauthorized liens or deed fraud. Seriously, go sign up for it today.
As we wrap up, please keep this in mind. This explainer provides guidance based on publicly available information as of 2026-0705. Procedures and website functionalities may change, so always verify with official Multnomah County sources for the most current information.
Well, there you have it. You are now officially armed with the tools of a professional property researcher. From tracing 1850s land claims on sale to uncovering the real market value of that house down the street on Multnomah Prop Tax, the data is quite literally right at your fingertips. So, what secrets will you uncover in Multnomah County's digital archives today? Get out there and start exploring.